Oh, hello guys, this is going to be the next episode of me building this mob farm on Artcraft Obsidian, or ACO for short. Since the last episode, I've added a bit of an extra system to this. Well, you can kind of see it already with these extra pistons, but if I actually trigger that, it actually reveals some, this glass, by the way, actually goes all the way down to the first level. Because there'd be these dark spots, like right in front of where the dispensers were, that are still like light level 7, and mobs can still spawn there. So I've added this little modification, and that actually can totally disable the farm, which is nice. But today we're going to build the actual. Well, there's still some redstone at the bottom yet to build, and that's going to be the kind of the timer that will actually can determine like how for how long the water will be out, and how long the water will be removed, so that the mobs can spawn in the farm. So we're going to be using a hopper clock, because they're very compact, and they're also fully configurable. Like, you can basically get like whatever amount of delay you want, which is very nice. In the days I played Minecraft before, the use of in the days I played Minecraft before the before 1.5 actually added hoppers to the game, for this purpose I used to use what's called a piston clock, which is just essentially like a set of pistons that move like probably a square or rectangle shape of blocks around, and one of the blocks would be a glass block, and it's like I'd have a redstone torch that's powering the blocks as they cycle around, and once that glass block goes around, it will that'll cause it to output a signal, and then I'd have repeaters like determine like how often the pistons would extend, and that essentially would make a clock. But now that we have the hoppers, the hopper clocks are much more easier to make and compact than that, and silent as well. So anyway, the clock will be going there. But this particular design anyway, I've found it's one that I found online, and it's actually pretty compact for what it is. It's essentially actually two of these it's actually two hopper clocks ganged together, which one will be for the and basically one determines how long the water will extend when it does extend, and the other determines how long the water stays, actually how long the mobs can spawn. It's just quite handy for this purpose. As I said, the reason I'm pausing a lot is because I also have my super flat world that I'm referencing this design from that I built. Might have to move this over. Or move this over one block. When this is finished, there's going to be a soul sand block here, and then that will extend and retract, and then this entire area, like like that entire space there, will be filled with water, which is going to actually dispense the water buckets in the layers here, and that's essentially going to carry the redstone up through all of those levels, which is a really cool mechanic. Anyway, this isn't all the redstone that's needed. I also have a timer that's for the for the collection area for the items, which I'll be building which is going to be what I'm going to be building next. Anyway, so how this works, so sorry I wasn't talking that much in the build, I was just concentrating, but anyway, if I can get up here. So how this works, like this what I'm standing on right here is like the main hopper timer that controls like most of everything here, and this is what determines how often the water will be out, like to flush the mobs off. It's essentially two hopper timers gang together, as I said earlier, and basically the one with the most items determines how long the spawning cycle will be in this one that has the fewer items in it, and that's determines how long the water is extended for. And this piston, when this is finished, will have soul sand on top, and then there'll be water in there that will actually power the dispensers. But that this output also sends a signal through here, which triggers this, that's a sticky piston there, which is forms a monostable circuit, which will send a pulse along these repeaters, and then down through here with some more repeaters, and then into this kind of separate timer, which is actually determines how long the water on the collection pad will be out. And then that sends a signal to like out here. And up here is actually an input that will turn the farm on or off. As you can see, it runs along there, and then that's actually powering this redstone, which is currently disabling this. So when this turns off, this will start running. I could actually show you it in operation. See that just turned on there. Here's, I got that repeater backwards. Anyway, you get the idea.